All right, and this is confirmation of counsel. Morning. Did you have a chance to talk to him?
I'm walking in for my first time. I was
Okay.
told to be here for possibly confirmation of counsel.
Okay,
I don't have a file, so I haven't been able to run a conflict check and things like that, but I assume that I'll be handed a file today. And I will talk very briefly with the client and figure out what we gotta come next.
Ms. Porter?
Is the other case on calendar too?
It sort of fell off, so I don't know. When's our next, we always kept them together. Oh, it's on the sentencing on the 6th. That's when that one's set for continued arraignment on June 6th. When this one is set for sentencing.
So is the plan then for sentencing to be next week on the 6th and we need to?
I
have
haven't
it-
continued the sentencing. Yes.
We have it.
The other issue is, Ms. Porter, you were his attorney on the other case too, so
Yes,
I'm
and
gonna
I brought
appoint
that-
you on that case as well. So he has one attorney for both cases.
I brought both files. The only things that I have in the files are the discovery that's provided by the DA.
Do you have a
which,
disc?
I have a disc.
Should be all 5 cases.
Okay, so if it's not, then I will certainly resend it via email format. And the other thing I want to make a record of handing over are 2 zip drives that Mr. Bellisario provided to me. He can inform the court whether he would like Mr. Flop to have those or if there's somewhere else he'd like to go. I have
You
those.
want her to give that to you, new
Yeah, I
attorney?
can have that. I thought a different attorney was showing up today, so I was,
Oh, yeah, you were looking at hiring private counsel. How'd that
Yeah.
go?
I thought Dan Hill was showing up today, so
Who?
Dan Hill.
Dan Hill. Okay. All right,
Would
can
you
call
like
him.
to continue it by 2 weeks? Just make sure.
well, the
Dan-
problem is his sentencing is set for June 6th and I'm not planning on moving it.
I mean, okay, I don't represent him, I or do represent him.
You
but
do represent him right now.
Awesome.
We'll see if Mr. Hill shows up.
I appreciate it. The only thing we have waiting is sentencing, and I appreciate the state has an interest in getting this forward. I don't know how long this has been going on. However, he is incarcerated right now, he is getting credit. It's not like if it's pushed that anyone's losing anything when he's gonna be locked up, if he can actually get a counsel that he trusts. I know I've heard there's been an attorney or 2. If he can get one that he feels comfortable with at his own expense, I don't see why we won't continue it for an extra week.
State,
So personally, I am loath to get involved in the council.
oh, I understand. I'm just talking about, is there any objection to continuing the sentencing one more week?
I
From the 6th to
think
the
we
following
have the
week?
right to argue his counsel's ineffective if we
Yep.
don't agree, and
I
so
agree.
I will agree as a result of that.
Okay, so 2 weeks? Past the 6th, which will give you about 3 weeks from now.
Let me see what's going on in the case, see if Mr. Hill is actually retained or not, and try to figure some stuff out.
All right, in that case,
I don't even know what's going on with these 2 cases, other than I hear one is sentencing, one's initial arraignment. That's how little I know.
That one's a status check dismissal based on sentencing and the sentencing case.
right. So the point is, you need to get caught up. I agree.
Is he wanting a motion to set aside the plea agreement, sir?
We're gonna get to that. Hang on.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so we'll continue this confirmation of counsel to the 6th. We'll leave sentencing on the 6th, with the understanding that we're most likely gonna move that. Well, yeah, because are you gonna have witnesses here?
I
Or-
will
or-
bring them because I presume we'll be moving it.
Hmm?
I can have them available via Zoom if you like, but I doubt that council will be ready next week.
Yeah, we're gonna
for
move it.
sentencing,
Okay,
so-
so it'll technically still be on with the understanding that at that time, once you've had a chance to review the files, you have your schedule, your calendar in front of you, we know if Mr. Hill's gonna come or not, then we'll decide what we're gonna do about sentencing.
Okay, so that'll be a status check on sentencing?
Yeah, it'll be a
Cool.
status check on sentencing and confirmation of counsel, and that'll be June 6th, 10 a.m. Now, with regard to the scope of your representation. At this point, obviously, Mr. Hill's not here, you're his attorney, there's no limit to your scope. If you decide in your professional opinion as his attorney that there are motions that should be filed, you can file whatever you deem appropriate, okay? All right? So that's that. We'll see you guys back on the 6th.
Thank you.
June 6th, 10 a.m.
Thank you.